welcome to our YouTube channel. So this video we will focus on how to create a book and then publish in the ePub form, which means the e-publication. Okay, so basically this is the thing that we're going to go through. First of all, you got your cover page, you got the photo inside, you got your table of content, something like the numbering, and then your chapter 1, some texting, and then you can fill in the picture, and then you have some page numbering, and then the footer, so on so forth. Okay, so you got two different columns. Okay, and then we will guide you on how to create a books using the InDesign. Okay, so let's get started. So in order to start new things, so we just go to File, New, Document. Not the book, it's different things. Although you want to create a book, but we're going to use the document first. Okay, once you create a new document, okay, maybe you can rename it as maybe this one is ePub book. Okay, then you can pick the size that you are comfortable. You can use a A4 size or you can use a smaller size, but I will just use the A4 size as my paper. And then I'm going to use 6 pages. Okay, and then make sure you untick the facing pages. And then we always start from the first page. And then you got one column, the rest we just remain it as default. After that, press on create. Okay, once you create, so this is our book. So when you scroll down, you can see a few different blank page. So this one is our paper. So just imagine this is our cover page. So we're going to design some basic thing. Just use this example. We got a title, we got a author name, we got a picture. So if you want to do the book, we need to set some paragraph style and so on. So never mind, we just start from texting. So use the text tool, click and drag to create a text box. After that, type on the cover the title of your books. Okay, the Life in London. Okay, I just simply put 1. After that, highlight the text. Ctrl T on your keyboard shows the character panel. After you show, just make sure you choose the font type that you're going to use for the cover page, and then the font size you want to use. Maybe I just put 60. Okay, and then some like the spacing between each of the alphabet and so on. Okay, so after done this one, I just double click on the corner to make the text frame fit into our text. Okay, then the second thing, go to the author, same thing, click and drag, and then you can put the author. Okay, now, so highlight it, same thing, change the font type. This time I use, you can use any font type that you want, not necessary for mine. Okay, just use a font type that you are comfortable with, and then change a bit of the font size. Maybe I put it as 14. Okay. After that, if I zoom in a bit for us to see, you can see this is our title, so this is our author name. Then the next thing is we're going to put a picture as our cover. So just go to File, Place. Okay, pick on the picture that you want to use. I just picked this one. Oh, sorry. Okay, click and drag. So now you got the cover. It's almost same as this one. Okay, you can use any picture that you want to use. So now we got our picture, title, and also the author name. Okay, it sounds like very easy. So, but before we proceed to other page, we need to set some style for our paragraph. Okay, or the title or the heading. So which means that once you already set the style, you can just click to apply in the rest of the pages. Okay, so first of all, make sure if you're using a CC version, on the top here, make sure you are using the book, not the rest, because book will be, you have most of the panel that we're going to use. So just click on the book. Okay, so you will see the panel here on the right hand side is your panel. Okay, I want you to expand the paragraph style. Okay, once you expand the paragraph style, you will see this thing here. So this is our paragraph style. By default is the bracket basic paragraph bracket plus. We're going to create a new style for our own book. So just go to a paragraph style, click on this, create a new style. Once you create, it will show you paragraph style 1. Just double click to edit. Okay, once you edit, you will show the paragraph style option. So first of all, I want you to change the name that easier for you to understand. So this one we're going to use for cover title. Okay, and then after you change the name of the cover title, then the next thing is make sure you click on the export tagging. So this one is more or less related to the HTML code. So I want you to change the tag to H1 for this. So basically this is the ranking, the H1 to H6. The H1 is the most important and the H6 is not as important as the H1. P represent after paragraph. So this one is not a long paragraph, it's the title. So the title is very important. So we're going to pick as H1. And then the class you can just put cover title. Okay, since this is the cover title, which means that every time we want to start something, we're going to use it in another pages. So make sure you tick on this split document for ePub only. Tick on this one. Okay, after you done this one, press on OK to apply. Now you got a cover title. Then the next thing is don't select anything. Then click to select the author name. Again, click on this create new style. Once you create, double click on the paragraph style one. Okay, this time I change to cover author name. Okay, then go back to our export tagging, cover author name. So I just put exactly the same here. Okay, then the next thing is this one we're going to put in H6, which means it's less important compared to the H1. Pick the H6. And then for this one, we're not going to use the split document because you don't want to, after you put in this author title, you don't want your object at the bottom, split it to another page. So this one, just uncheck this one. By default, don't check it. After that, press OK to apply. Now when you look at your paragraph style, you got two. One is a cover author name, this one. The other one is cover title. Okay, once you've done this one, then we proceed to another page. So the page here is table of content. So just remember, the second page is a table of content. We're not going to manually to create it, but I will just type it for our reference only, table of content. So later we will come back to our second page. Now we proceed to third page. So what we're going to do in the third page, okay, just have a look on the sample. Okay, assume that you're going to have a chapter 1 for the heading. Why London is your subheading, and then this kind of long paragraph is your paragraph. So we need to start with our type 2 again. Click and drag to create a text box. Okay, so this one I'm going to use chapter 1. Okay, and then highlight it. Shows your character panel. Okay, and then change the font type you're going to use. This time I'm going to use the Roboto. Okay, the size I will make it slightly bigger. So this is my heading. Chapter 1 is my heading. Okay, then I'm going to change something for subheading. Why London? You can put anything as your subheading. We just guide you on how to create it step by step. I'm going to use the Roboto Teen. Okay, Roboto Light. Okay, so this one just change to Roboto Light. Okay, this is our black, this is our light. So you want to have a really big difference, maybe you can change to another style. Okay, thin. Okay, my. Okay, highlight it, change to Roboto, like. Okay, maybe I can increase slightly a bit. Okay, now I got my chapter 1 and also got my chapter 2. Oh, sorry, chapter 1 and the subheading. Okay, what else we're going to put in? We're going to put in a long paragraph. So if you want to put in a long paragraph, just do a sample. So you can use your type tool again. Click and drag to fill in make it fit into your margin. After that, just go to type. Okay, then fill with placeholder. Once you fill with the placeholder, you will see this kind of non-readable text, but it's for you to do your design only. So we just want to see how it works. So we just fill in with a placeholder, and then shows your character panel again. Change again on your font type. Okay, change the font type you want to use. Okay, let's say you already got your chapter 1, you already changed the font type, the size, you've got your subheading, now you've got your paragraph. Good. Then the next thing is do is use your selection tool to select the chapter 1 first, the style. Okay, we're going to create a new style based on this chapter 1 font type, the font size, and so on. Just go to your paragraph style, click on create a new style, then double click on the paragraph style one. Okay, what you're going to do now is you can put chapter numbering. So this is chapter 1 is considered as chapter numbering. Okay, after that go to your export tagging. So this one, the class also same as chapter numbering. Okay, the tag make it to H1 as well because it's a title. It's quite important. Okay, then the next thing is make sure you tick on the split document. For this kind of big title, we're going to use the split document because we want to start the chapter 2 in another new page. Sometimes if you didn't check on the split document, the chapter 2 maybe will just straight away start from the bottom of this chapter 1. So the alignment is not really beautiful if you do it this way. Just make sure the heading or the title, we always tick on this split document. The rest we can just uncheck. So after you're done, press OK to apply. Same thing, select the subheading, click on this one, create new style, double click on the paragraph style. So this one we put it as subheading. Go back to your export tagging, copy this one to your subheading. And this one will put it as H2 because subheading is one level lower than your heading. So I just put H2, no split document. Then press on OK to apply. Okay, now you got your chapter numbering, you got your subheading. Now we need to define our paragraph as well. Just make sure you are selecting a paragraph. Click on this plus, create a new style again. Double click on it to edit. So this one we just put paragraph. After you put on paragraphs, export tagging. This one we also put at paragraph. This one we're going to use the P. We're not going to use H1 or the H6. Okay, use the P and then don't split the document. If you're done, press on OK to apply. Okay, now we got 1, 2, 3. So let's say I want to change this one to the author name. Okay, so I can just click on this cover author name. It will change to the style belong to the cover author name. So let's say this one is my subheading. I can just click to select. It will become the style that I want for the subheading, which means you can standardize all the style. You don't need to manually to remember the figure, the number that you're going to use for the size, the font name, and so on. Okay, now we're going to put a picture. So when you look at this properly, you will see that okay, the text is around the picture. It's like not going to overlap with the picture. So how are we going to do it? First of all, I want to import a picture. Go to File, place. You can just pick a picture that you want to use. Maybe I use this one. Okay. Then click and drag on the area that you want to put the picture. You just put it here. Okay. After that, what you're going to do is select this one, the text. After that, on the top here, click on this one. Wrap around the bouncing box. Once you press on it, the text will around our box. Okay, so when we do in this way, you can use a text wrap panel. You can increase a bit of the spacing around it. So now you already got the effect that you want. The text is around our picture. Okay, if you've done this one, then you can proceed to page chapter 2. So this one I'm going to, since this is just samples, I will just copy this one, then paste in my page chapter 2. Okay, then I just change the name to chapter 2. Then I change a bit of I can put it maybe how to adapt. Okay, sometimes you'll see that the text is go outside of the text box. You can just double click on the corner, it will show all the things again. Okay, this time maybe you can remove the picture, you can put another picture for practice. Okay, maybe I just put this one, then I create it here. Same thing, select the picture, go to a text wrap here, click on this, wrap around the bounding box. After that, adjust a bit of the spacing around your picture, something like this. Just now it's the left hand side, now I put it as right hand side, so the style here is still the same. Then we proceed to the page. So the third page here, we just copy the chapter 2 and also the subheading and then paste in our third page. Okay, after that, this time we do something slightly different. We use 2 columns to create. Okay, got left column and right column. So how we're going to split it into 2 columns? We will just go to layout, search for margin and columns. After that, make sure you use 2 columns, press on OK. Once you press on OK, now you can see you got 2 guidelines in between. So what you're going to do is use your tab 2 again, click and highlight, select the tab area, right click, fill with placeholder text. Okay, let's say if you just fill with the placeholder tag, you will see that the font style is not the one we want to use for paragraph. So now you don't need to redo again. You just open your paragraph style, click on this paragraph, it will go back to the style we normally use. So this is much easier and faster for you to do your book. Okay. Same thing, I also create another box here. Then right click, fill with placeholder, then select paragraph. Okay, now you got 2 columns. Then if you want to put a picture here, also the same thing, just go to file, place. You can just pick a picture you like, then click and drag to fit it in. Okay, let's say you can change a bit of this kind of spacing and so on. Okay, so this is my paragraph. So this one, make sure you change to chapter 3. Subheading, I also change it to cultural differences. Okay. Different. Okay, now you're almost done with all your chapter because this is just a sample on how we're going to create a book. Okay, then the next thing is, okay, we got our, yes, this is our, assume that this is our, we only have 3 chapters in our book, 1, 2, 3 already done for the content that we want. Okay, now we need to start with our footer. So let's say I got this kind of the great life in London, blah blah blah, this kind of footer is all in the same position, and then also the same style, or everything is the same, just that the numbering is start from chapter 1 and so on. How we're going to do the numbering and also the footer. Okay, first of all, just open your pages panel. Open your pages panel. Okay, so just put on top. Okay, so from pages panel here, you will see one is called none, the other one is called A master. So A master is our master file. So I want you to double click on the thumbnail on A master file, then you will jump into a white color blank space. Okay, then the next thing is you're going to use a if you can't really see clearly, zoom in, use a type tool to type something as your footer. Maybe your name of your book, The Life in London. Also, change the style that you want to use. Okay, just show your character panel. Maybe you can search for another font. If you really, okay, maybe I use this. Okay, I use this one, Badly Hand. Okay, after that, correct. Then we're going to add a numbering here. So in order for us to add a numbering, use a type tool, click and drag to select the type area. Then the next step is go to your type, insert special character, then marker, current page number. Once you put it, it will put an A. So this one you're not going to change to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is only the master file. Okay, so after that, use the type tool to highlight it. Change the style that you want to use. Maybe you can use back the same same font type that you use for your title and so on. Okay, I just use Roboto. Okay, teen. So check, is it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to use this one and then make sure it's aligned to the right hand side. Make the alignment properly. Okay, after you're done, then you can go back to your pages again. Open your normal page. Now if you see properly, you have every The Life in London in the bottom of every pages. Okay, but you will notice that the page 1 is start from the cover, and then the second page is your table of content. But usually if you want to start the numbering, we start from the chapter 1. So how we're going to customize the numbering and start from a different pages that you want. Okay, so first of all, open your page panel. Okay, after you open it, you will see that there is a none here. None on top, A master at the bottom. Okay, so I want to click and drag this none into your page 1. When you put, you will see it disappear. Okay, so apply the none to the cover and also the table of content. Okay, now when we go to the third page, the chapter 1 page, you will see that the number in ring is still starting from 3. I want to change it to 1. How are we going to do? Okay, open your page panel here. After you open it, then what you're going to do, make sure you are selecting the page 3. To go to this hamburger menu belongs to the page panel. Uncheck the allow selected spread to shuffle. After you uncheck it, okay, click on the hamburger menu again. Click on the numbering and selection option. Then make sure you're selecting the start numbering at 1. After that, press on OK. Then you just press OK. Once you press on OK, you see, tada, the magic. Okay, chapter 1 start as a first page, chapter 2 as a second page, the chapter 3 as a third page, the blank page will belong as a chapter fourth page. Okay, now after we done all this kind of numbering and so on, okay, then the next thing is we're going to create a table of content. Table of content is quite complicated if you really want to do it manually. So after you're done for the paragraph style, there is a way for you to create automatically using the table of content feature. So this one I'm going to delete it. Okay, so first I'm going to define the table of content style. We go to layout, table of content styles. Okay, after that, by default is using a default. We're not going to use a default, we're going to create a new one. So click on the new. Okay, so this one I just rename it as testing table of content 1. Okay, so this is the name that I'm going to use. And then what you're going to use for this title. So usually you just put table of content. Okay, after that, what style you're going to apply for this table of content? You can pick your chapter numbering as the pattern that you want to apply for this tag. Okay, then it will ask you what are the things you want to include in the table of content. So usually we will need to include the chapter numbering. Select it, press on add, and the rest thing is our subheading. Then add again. Okay, so make sure you are selecting your chapter numbering. So if you can remember, the chapter numbering is a very big size. Okay, then the subheading is a very small style. Okay, so this one, let's say I want to change the style. Don't want to use a very big size. I can change it to cover title if you want. If you don't want, you can just pick to subheading. The subheading I just changed to the paragraph style. Okay, so the size will be slightly different. Okay, so the chapter numbering, usually we don't apply the page number, but the subheading, which mean our why London and so on, this kind of subheading, we will put the page number after the entry. So after the entry, you can pick on, or you can try an arrow to see. Maybe you can try on this. I would suggest you to pick non-breaking space. Okay, after that, the style you change and no style, and then level just pick it as 1. After that, you want to make your table of content into a link, which means once people click on your subheading, they can jump to the relevant page. Make sure you take this one. Make text anchor in source paragraph. Click. After you click, press on OK to apply. Then you see the testing TOC1. Done, press OK. Now if you want to apply it to your blank paper, just go back to layout again, table of content, select this, make sure you're selecting this one, press OK. Okay, press on no. After that, click and drag to create a text box. Then it will help you to fill in your table of content. Let's say that the table of content, this size is too big. You want to adjust this again. Go to layout, table of content style, double click this one to edit. Okay, I'm going to use the cover title as my style for the table of content. After that, press OK, press OK. Then you want to update it, just go to layout, update table of content. Then it will create the style that you want. See, London 1, page 1, how to adapt into page 2, cultural difference in the page 3. Of course, you want to make the numbering maybe on the right hand side. Then you can try an arrow to see which style that you want to use. Let's say I don't want it too close to my subheading. I just go back to it. Okay, so this time I'm going to use the right index tab. Press OK, OK, layout, update content. Okay, then you will put it on the right hand side. So now chapter 1, why London is page 1, chapter 2, how to adapt is page 2, chapter 3, cultural differences is the page 3. So you can create a table content very quickly using the paragraph style. So it's very important for you to define it at the beginning. Okay, I think you more or less already done for this one. for the design. Okay, so the page 4, I just remove it. Okay, then before you export, you need to open your article panel. So the article panel is quite important for you to do the HTML and so on for the ePub. So what you need to do is just go to Window, open your articles panel. By default, it's a blank thing. So what you need to do is just highlight all the subject inside your cover page, then click and drag into article panel, then rename it as cover page, then include when exporting. Okay, so which one you want to export together. Okay, this one also the same. Highlight your table of content, drag inside this one, TOC. So if you don't want to export together, just untick this one, include when exporting. Okay, so this one also the same. Highlight all the content, click and drag inside. So chapter 1. Okay, collapse it. Okay, this one also the same. Select and drag inside. Chapter 2. Okay, the chapter 3, same. Okay, once you're done, now you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 different sections. Okay, I'm going to export all together. Okay, so the export format, we're going to talk about it in the next video. So if you want to see how to export, you can check out our next video. So thank you for watching.